Wall art printables like these blow up every single year in the fall. And this is one of the ways that you can tiptoe your way into that saturated wall art niche. That is such a myth. You just have to know what to design for. So today I'm going to show you the kinds of numbers that little printables like this, it's literally you're selling a JPEG image, can be bringing in. And then I'm going to give you a full tutorial on how you can create them using AI. If we haven't met yet, hi, I'm Lizzie Smiley, and I host the How to Sell Your Stuff on Etsy podcast, where there are hundreds of hours of inspiration, tutorials, strategies, interviews, so much goodness over there where I hold nothing back. Come check it out every single Thursday. I'm also personally a multiple six-figure earner on Etsy. I have sold handmade goods, I have sold print on demand, and now I am super obsessed with digital products because who doesn't love the cha-ching when you don't have to do anything afterwards? It's literally the best. But they're all wonderful, and I love supporting sellers in every single one of these product categories. So now that you know where to find me and why you might want to listen, let's jump over into the tutorial. Over here on Etsy, I have the Everbe extension, and it's what gives me all of my SEO. It's what helps me make data-informed decisions. When you have it installed as a Chrome extension, you'll have this little menu over here, and I can go to any listing and I can learn a lot about it. So here I can click the product analytics. I can find out how old this particular listing is, how many times it's sold, what it's currently making, how many views, how many favorites, etc. Now, here's a trick because we often let the best sellers teach us what to create. And that works great when you're doing an evergreen niche that will sell year round. But how do you do research for products that wouldn't be selling too much yet? Like, if I was going to be designing for Christmas right now, which PS in the next month I'm going to be, then how would I be able to follow the best sellers when no one's buying for Christmas? One of the ways that you can do it is you can find older listings that have performed well in the past. And while they may not have a bestseller badge yet like this one, you'll be able to see from the data if you have a tool like Everbe how it's actually performed. And that will help you make decisions. Yes, if you want to try Everbe for free, I'll have it linked right down below the video. So let's take a look at this listing. It's 2 years old and it has sold a total of 715 times. So if we pull out our handy dandy calculator and we take 715 times $3.51, we can see that just this one printable, this one digital file has made this seller $2,500. What's amazing about that is almost net. Okay, there's going to be Etsy fees coming out of that, but they aren't going to have to ship anything. They aren't going to have to make anything. There are no supplies. Once you've created it, you can sell it over and over and over again, which is why I love digital products. So this one is a sweet spot. Here's another one. It's already a bestseller, even though it's only August. It's in 20 plus carts. And if we take a look at it, it has sold 652 times in just the past 11 months, whereas the last one was 2 years. So let's see, 652 times $3.26. This has made them over $2,000. Like, again, we are looking at products that do well year after year. People love these ghost printables. We can use this data to inform us, even if there wasn't a bestseller badge, that this would be great to design for. There is data to back it up. Here's another one, especially if you love the boho wildflowers as much as I do. Let's take a look at the analytics. So in the last 12 months, this has sold 594 times because boho is hot right now, you guys. So 594 times 257. This sucker has made over $1,500. It is doing spectacularly well. Just for funsies, here's something else that Everbe can do. It's going to tell us the keywords that they're using and how they're ranking for them. So for example, floral ghost print gets 62 searches a month. PS, this is from July's data, and it only has 3,700 competing listings. That's extremely low competition, and in the next couple of months, we're going to see this search volume spike up. We are also seeing quite a bit in the mid-competition range. These are some really good keywords for this niche. And then here's another really cute one. I love this because it trend combines. It pulls the Halloween ghost niche that we love with the reading niche. People who love to read, the kind of bookstagram, book talk, book lover niche is massive. And so bringing them together like this is such a brilliant idea. And I really want to encourage you as you go create these and you create prompts of your own, find ways to trend combine like that. I mean, I haven't seen a whole lot of like cowboys with ghosts, and yet that's a huge trend. I'm not seeing as much with like coquette, with like a bow. How much more could we do with that? I think the boho could be taken to the next level. I think there could be like 90s elements thrown in to really elevate it. So let's take a look at this one. It's selling for $3.44. It's sold 734 times in the last 14 months. So 734 times 3 44. $2,500. So we have multiple use cases proving that this can make, I mean, one image can make quite a killing over the course of a year and especially during Q4. And if you stick with me till the end, I'm going to show you one more idea that is making even more, like up to over $7,000 on one printable for a different but related design concept. So make sure you stick around to hear that. So how can we create these adorable ghost-like vintage painting designs? I love using AI for this and all things wall art. I actually have an AI wall art workshop, which is a great fit for you if you want to be able to create an entire shop or an entire section in your shop all about printable wall art. I will teach you everything from the sizing and the upscaling, all the things we can't get into here, how to write your SEO for Etsy. But for now, what we need to start with is a prompt. There are lots of AI softwares that we can use to create this. Some of my favorites are Ideogram, Midjourney, Dolly 3, you can use Kittle. There are so many different tools out there, and I'm going to show you the results that I got with a few different ones because what I have learned is that depending on the design style that you want, the actual aesthetic that you want, different platforms do different things better for me based on the prompts that I write. So I'm going to walk you through that. The first thing we need is an excellent prompt. And one of the ways that you can hunt this down is to look at what other creators have already done in these spaces. And I promise you, there's very little that's untapped. Right here, we are looking at Midjourney. And what I have done is I've gone to the search bar. This is just where it says search. And I typed in ghost painting. And it will give me all of the results for like however knows how long of different ghost paintings and what people have prompted. And so like, let's say I loved this. It's not quite the aesthetic of what's selling on Etsy, but it's very, very sweet. It actually probably would do very well. And here's where I can get an idea of what the prompt could be. So I can get this prompt and I can work with it. Another thing you can do is you can like, oh, like, look at this. This one is much more like, honestly, we could do an entire video just on this one. This is really great. And I could grab a lot from this prompt as well. So what I would do is I would find kind of the style that I'm looking for. Like, I actually really like this. I want to see here a ghostly childlike figure on a wooden swing, white gauze flowing around them, sitting in misty enchanted woods, background filled with dark gray, fog, oil painting style with visible brush strokes, fantasy fairy tale illustration, cute cartoon card. Okay, so this is like a mediocre prompt. They actually got really lucky. I wonder if they used a reference image, but I think what's really helping it give it the painting aesthetic is the wording in here that says oil painting style. So what you could do is you could take this prompt and let's say you wanted to, like, you liked this style, like the vibe of the painting, but you wanted to make it like boho wildflowers, or you wanted to put the ghost in a library, some of the things that we're going to do. You could take the prompt and you can put it into a tool like ChatGPT and you can say, please rewrite this basic prompt style for a library scene, and then make sure and say, emphasize the vintage oil painting or watercolor style or whichever way you want to go. And that is how I generate my prompts. It's a whole tool in and of itself. Both the prompts that we're going to cover today, I have available for you in a free file you can grab down in the below the video. And I also, if you really aren't sure about prompting yet, I have over 2,000 prompts that I have written for all kinds of digital products, coloring pages, wall art, SVGs, PNGs, mock-ups. Like the world is your oyster. And you can grab those 2,000 prompts. You can purchase them below. They're only $17. And not only can you use them for commercial use and create all kinds of incredible on-trend designs, but you can also use them like we're using this, and you can take the base prompt, put it into ChatGPT, and let's say it's a coloring page prompt that's for like neurodivergent, like ADHD, and you could take the prompt and put it in there and then just say, hey, rewrite this for like a third grade teacher. You can use the base prompt and just tweak it however you want. And when you start to think about it, having a really good prompt is just going to take you so far. So grab those if that would help you. Once you have the prompt, and I have done the work already with my ChatGPT to get prompts for today's designs, you can then take them into the design software. So I'm going to show you what I came up with in Ideogram, in Midjourney, in Dolly 3, and in Kittle, which I'm not very familiar with Kittle. I know it can do great things, but I was just playing with it today. But I haven't played with it a whole lot. So Ideogram, here's the first one. So this is our library scene. What I did is I took the prompt that I honed in ChatGPT, that again, it's available for you in the free download, and I put it here into the generate. I'm going to specify the size. I want a 3:4 aspect ratio. I'm going to leave it at the most recent model of Ideogram because I found that gave me the best result. And then that's it. I'm going to hit generate. And these are some of the results that I got. This is when I changed it to the 2A version, and this was something else completely, and then some of these. So they're okay. See, I did different ratios as well. So they were okay. This is Midjourney, which I thought did a spectacular job. Okay, so like here's boho floral ghosts. I think these are excellent. Here, look at how adorable this turned out for the library. And then, did I do other ones in here? I know I did. Oh yeah, look at this guy haunting the hallways. Midjourney, I thought, actually gave me the best results, but just for the sake of comparison, let's take a look at Dolly 3. I used it inside of my designs, which I use for batch creation. They were kind of cute. Like this I thought was really good. It was one of my favorite things I actually created out of Ideogram, but I really wanted the 3:4 ratio. So when I changed it to a vertical, these were okay. But I thought this one was great. And then in Kittl, like I said, I'm not familiar with the settings in this one, but this is what I got with the same prompt. It looks a little too realistic, a little less oil painting, but my guess is like one of you even below could adjust, like tell us what to do in Kittl to get a great result. And it's something that I need to play with down the road. So since we got the best results from Midjourney, that's where I want to show this tutorial today. With Midjourney, there's a few different ways you can use it. You can use it in Discord, which is what I choose. I like to keep all of my creations private. I prefer to be on my own private server, so I'm not having to interact with other people's content. This is what I love and what I teach in the workshop. However, you can also just use Midjourney from their browser, and the results look kind of like this. I feel like I have less control than I do in Discord, but this is a little more user-friendly if you're in the beginning stages. So I'm going to go ahead and use Discord because that's what I'm comfortable with. What you're going to do is you hit / and then you want the imagine. And I'm just going to paste the prompt in. Again, same prompt you can grab for free below. When you're in Midjourney in Discord, here's where you can tell it the kind of ratio that you want. So here you would specify like a 4:3 ratio. Do I want? Yes, because what we're going to do here is the boho version. And we're going to do the boho, the ghosts with the wildflowers. If I was going to be doing this over in normal Midjourney, what I could do is I could paste my prompt here where it says, what will you imagine? And then I can use the settings to state what I want. So like in this case, I want a landscape. You can adjust from there and you can tell it a little more what you want here. But then I'm just going to hit enter and it's going to give me 4 choices. Yes, while we're waiting for it to generate our beautiful artwork. How did I know that it is August 5th and I should be designing for Halloween? Well, you always want to be designing a few months ahead of time, okay? Because it allows your new listings to get indexed in the algorithm. If you're designing digital products, it allows people who are going to be selling them on the physical products they create, they can get them early. People like to usually shop early when they're going to be doing a lot of crafting. So you always want to be like 2 to 3 months ahead of the curve. If you want to grab my niche calendar that is going to be down in the show notes below, show notes, I'm used to podcasting. It will actually tell you month by month what you should be designing for next, so you don't have to be asking yourself the question. It's a great resource to have on hand. It's just a digital tool to reference whenever you're sitting down to design for a new month. Back over in Discord, look what it gave us. These are utterly adorable. Like Midjourney just nails this painting vibe so well. The boho orange, the earthy, love everything about it. I think even the ghosts look so great. So in this case, it's really hard for me to decide because I love each and every one of these. Honestly, for my own shop, I'd probably test maybe even all 4 of them. Definitely number 1. So it goes like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. I would definitely test 1, 3, and 4. Number 2 is still really cute, but the sheets look a little less painted. But for the sake of this, let's do 1. So what you would do is you'd click U1 for upgrade number 1. Upscale, sorry, not upgrade. And then from here, like let's say there was something that I wanted to correct. Like I don't love this random little yellow flower. It's really fine. I don't mind this at all, but sometimes there'll be weird things. So what I would do is I'd click Vary Region. So I can just draw a square around the area I want to correct and then hit the button. And Midjourney will go ahead and recreate the image 4 times without the little yellow flower in it. And I can choose which one I like best. They're all looking almost identical. Let's go with this one. So again, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to click Upscale 4. What I want to do now is download it. So I am going to click the web button here. It's going to take me into the browser version, and this is where I can download it as a correct file type. So I can get a high quality PNG. So here's where I could save it as like boho ghosts. From here, before you sell it as wall art, you want to make sure that you upscale it, make it a really high quality. You want it to be 300 DPI. So you'll want to do that. There's some steps that you want to take that would just take a really long time to cover in this video, but I do cover them in the workshop if you want to grab it. That workshop is 60% off down there if you really want to learn all of this. So there you have it. And now before we go, I promised a really, really amazing opportunity, right? That was adjacent but not exact. Check this out. So these witches are literally selling like hotcakes. It's 3 witches storming away, very simple. The same thing, kind of thing could be created. This has been up for 22 months and it has sold 2,244 times. So a little math tells us that if it's selling for $3.33, that's my lucky number. It has made over $7,400, this one image. I want to take a look at the SEO. Okay, super cute. Which core print is a great one, very low competition, good searches, especially for August. Goblin core print is where it's at. Only 10,000 competing listings and almost 400 searches a month. Really, really solid keywords here. If you decide to play with wall art, with witches, and or our beloved little ghosts, I can't wait to hear how it goes this Q4. Please feel free to grab the free prompts from today's tutorial down below. Grab my 2,000 prompts that I've pre-written for you, the done for you work, if that's a good fit for you, and absolutely grab that AI workshop if you want to learn all of my secrets for deciding what kind of wall art to create, my favorite tools for creating it, my favorite prompts for all of the different niches, and all of my little tools that I've included. Otherwise, I will see you Thursday on the How to Sell Your Stuff on Etsy podcast, and I will see you next week in the next tutorial. Have a great one.